Hi guys. Excuse me, I am in my PJs. It's just a good day for that. I'm at home. Let me turn the music down a little bit. Oh. Yeah, it's a hot day out and I don't have a lot of summer clothes, so I showered and I am in my PJs because they're cool, comfortable, not going anywhere, just working from home, hanging out, but I'm hungry, so I'm going to cook. I have, I need to flip it. My pork and longanisa cooking. I'm going to make some, pretty much, for lack of a better term, quesadillas, gorditas, whatever you want to call them, whatever you call them in your neck of the woods. I'm just flipping these so they cook evenly, mixing it up. But I'm going to, so I'm using longanisa and pork, and I am cutting up some potato to put in it. Just to help add more texture, filling, a little more filling. Let's see, I have to turn off my music here, because I can't see if there's any comments or anything. So I am just being weird. And that's all good. See, hello. Oh my goodness. This past week has been crazy. I love it though. Got training and we had the promo going on. That was awesome. Got a lot of amazing, incredible people in and booked for calls. They're taking advantage of that incredible opportunity that Shibari has offered. And I want to say I am so proud of you guys for being action takers, and congratulations for like getting in on it and investing in yourself and believing in yourself enough to do it. That is absolutely incredible, and that's one of the biggest, well, it's really the most important part, right? Taking action and believing in yourself enough to invest in yourself and in your future. Everything else, everything else is gravy, I guess you'd say. But yeah, I'm just going to chop these up so I can add these in with my meat. Chop up some onion. Add that in there. And then when I make my, I'm calling them quesadillas, you can call them gorditas, depending or where you're from and what part of the country or world, wherever you're from, what you're going to call them. Some people might call them empanadas, but I think that's more of a breadish, more bread type than cornmeal. This is, I'm using the maseca is my favorite for tortillas and tamales and my quesadillas. This is going to make way much more than I need, so it's going to be a few different meals because I can't eat that much. So, but it's going to be awesome. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten like an actual meal in a while. I just grab stuff and eat every once in a while. Hey guys, thank you for watching and joining me. I'm just hanging out. You'll have to excuse my dirty house. I live here. It's not really that dirty. It was worse, but it could be cleaner. Just rocking out with the music. I don't want to have the music on and then you guys not be able to hear me. When I'm cleaning my house or cooking or anything, I like to have background noise on, so a lot of times I will have music on. So I'll dance around the house and do whatever. And then and it just depends. I listen to a lot of different stuff, so I don't listen to one particular thing. As far as music goes, lately, a lot of us, the core family of the FLC, have been training with Grant Cardone, as you guys know. And he has some amazing, absolutely amazing audiobooks that we've been listening to. And, oh, and if you guys have not gotten Shabaria's new book, you have got to get that. The audio book, I got that and finished it. It was phenomenal. It really hit home with me. Really resonated with a lot of it. Made sense. It's like, okay, now I can see some of the things that I'm doing right and other things I'm not doing so right. I'm doing wrong. And then things I need to improve on. Things I have improved on. The book is phenomenal. And I'm going to, I think when the video is over, I will pin in the chat the Shabaria's other book, the roadmap, the link for the roadmap. I can't remember exactly the name of it, but I will pin that in there. It's the cold to client roadmap. That book is amazing also. It's absolutely incredible. She's so talented in so many ways. We have so many talented people in the FLC. It's incredible. It's fun, till Daddy takes my T-bird away. I'm not a singer, sorry. It's a lot of man, but that's okay. That's okay, baby, that's okay. So Josie and I and Mel is supposed to be on there, but a lot of because of the time zone difference, he can't always jump on the lives that we do on Sundays. And we may end up changing the time, just kind of accommodate a little more for other people, because we'd really like to get more of the FLC core team on and have some people that are in the FLC that itself, just part of the FLC family and on to kind of just join in on the live and have fun and help us spread knowledge. So we're gonna, we may end up changing the time. I don't know. We're trying to nail it down to really a set time and date so we can all be on at the same time and not have too many, because Mel, when we have the live, it's 1 p.m. my time here on Sundays. It's 9 p.m. UK time, obviously in the UK, and then for Mel, because Josie's in the UK and Mel is in Taiwan. So for him it's 4 a.m. and he can't jump on like we can, and it's like, well, he could, but that's a lack of sleep, and he needs his sleep just like we do, because you want to take care of yourself and get enough rest. So we're really trying to figure out everything, how to do that and grow it and change it and include the entire FLC family, because it's a hangout. It's just a fun place for everybody in the FLC to come together and hang out and talk and enjoy each other's conversations and spread the knowledge that we know, things that we've learned, and just share, answer questions, be together, love each other. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna reach this bowl. Gotta reach this bowl. I almost forgot. Now when I'm making my own masa, when I'm making my masa for my quesadillas or whatever, I always add chicken bouillon. Nor's chicken bouillon. I always add this. I like my masa to have flavor, so I'll like use one of these. You can use less, like half if you want to, but because I'm a flavor freak, I use a whole one. So, yeah, I want to heat that up in some water, kind of get it melting while my meat and stuff is cooking. Just kind of frying the meat, potatoes, and onion, pork, longaniza, potato, onion. Right now it just has salt and pepper in it. I don't want to add too much seasoning to it because of the fact that the longaniza has a lot of seasoning in it itself. What am I looking for? I'm forgetting what I'm doing. So I'm going to get this in some water and heat it up to kind of melt, dissolve that a little bit. So I can do my masa. Make the masa for my tamal tortilla. And I'll show you what I'm going to use this for. This. Amazing! I'll show you what that's for. Here in a minuto. And then, you know what I'm going to do? On top of the meat, potatoes, and onion mixture, I'm going to put queso fresco in it. Oh, I love queso fresco! But I may end up using mozzarella inside and this on the outside. On the lids over, just kind of put it on top. I don't have all the ingredients that I like to put on top of my quesadillas, but that's okay. I don't have, because I would like to put my lettuce, tomato, a little bit of onion, and radish on top of my quesadillas. And this, and then some Mexican sour cream. It's freaking amazing. Hi, Chavaria. I see your message. I just haven't responded yet. I'm hanging out here at home, trying to relax, have a good day. Just thought I'd jump on and hang out with everybody in the FLC on Smiler's group because of the fact that I haven't done it in a while, and it's really good to do it. And what better way to spend a Saturday, right, than with other people? People you love, know, like, and trust. I'm not an amazing singer like you are, so I won't break your ears. Okay, so I'm going to use this. This will come later, because I really think I'm gonna put this on the outside because it doesn't melt as well. The queso fresco doesn't melt as well as the mozzarella, and I just love mozzarella. And this is actually my favorite Mexican cheese, queso fresco. It's so good. But because I want the cheese to melt, I will probably use shredded mozzarella. So this is just water, the Nor's chicken bouillon. Just want to kind of, it doesn't have to be completely dissolved, but I want some, dissolved and warmed up so it's mixes in easier with the masa when I go to do the masa. This, I am just going to, it's wet. My counter's wet. I'm just going to cut this off. If my scissors will work with me. Go, there you go. I knew you could do it. So, cut the top off, and what I'm going to do is split it down the sides, both sides. And then again, my counter's wet, so it's kind of wet. I'll have to dry it off. I'll split it down the sides, and so I can open it up fully. And then when I put it in my tortilla press, which is phenomenal. I love this thing. I have another one that's even fancier than this, but I love these. I use this all the time. But I have one that is supposed to anchor to like the counter or something, and it's got a wire on it, and you put the ball of masa on top, and you crank it, and it has the masa come through, and it cuts the tortilla out the right perfect consistency, thickness, and you can adjust it to make however thick you want your tortillas. So if you're going to make an actual tortilla, or if you're going to make a sope, which is like a little thicker than that, thicker than a tortilla, or you can even have it make it oblong, and it will make what's called a huarache. Those are phenomenal. I love huaraches. But that machine I'm not getting out because although I absolutely love it, I have not learned how to use it yet, and I don't have anything to anchor it to. Because once it's anchored to something, it really needs to stay there. And I don't have anything to anchor it to. I'd like to get a big butcher block table, like a butcher block table, maybe about like this big. Just kind of a rectangular butcher block on the legs, like a table, and anchor to that so I can use that to do them on, which would be nice. But as of yet, I don't have that, so I don't have anything to anchor it to, so I'm not going to use it, which is okay. Let me put a lid on that. You're hungry. I'm hungry too. I am really hungry. So what I'm going to do is going to split this. I'm sorry guys, I don't have a time frame of how long this live is going to be. It's just going to be until I guess we decide, you guys either all get off or I decide that I've had enough. But I just thought I'd get on and spend some Saturday with everybody. Because why not? It's amazing. Super hot outside here, so I can't go outside. Well, I could, but I don't feel like melting. I don't look that good when I melt. I don't function as well. I can absolutely, you know what, Shabaria? I'm just going to go to the UK and I will just cook for you. And since you're, vegan? I will make them as vegan as possible. You don't even have to use meat in them. Ooh! Pumpkin flowers. Use pumpkin flowers, and I think it's a Oaxacan cojeta cheese in your quesadillas. That's phenomenal. Ooh, those are good. Yeah, pumpkin flowers. So you don't even have to have meat. Oh, that was lovely. I should have just used the scissors for that, but oh well. You live and you learn. These bags are different than the other ones. I didn't have to do this with the other ones. Because this is folded at the bottom. It has the fold, so I have to undo the edges. So this one doesn't look all that fantastic. But it functions, so we're not using the edge anyway. But I'm going to mix up my masa before I do, because I really can't do anything without mixing it up. And then I'll show you how all this works, because this is going to go inside of here. You're going to put your masa here, so it's in between the plastic, and then close it. Squish! When you open it, you flip it, you squish again, then you can open it. You open one side. I always leave the masa here after it's open, it's been squished, so I can put my hand underneath it and lift it. I can fill the center of it, and then I can use that plastic to fold it over, like when you got it in your hand. I'll show you how to do it with the masa. Fold it over and then you seal it before you take it out of the plastic. That way it's all closed up and sealed, and you can take it out of the plastic and put it in your oil and deep fry it. If you don't want to deep fry anything like this, I have just used a non-stick skillet that's hot enough, and you just put it in there and let it kind of fry without any oil or anything in it. I guess you could use butter if you wanted to use butter, but I haven't tried that, so I'm not going to tell you like, hey, do that, because I don't know if it'll work. It should work and be really fantastic, but I've never done it. But yeah, and I used to do that for some people, just putting it in a non-stick skillet with no oil or anything and letting it, and making sure that all the tortilla, the masa, was hitting the pan to really cook that masa, and then I would give it to people who really can't have that much oil, so that works. Do that. Trying to make sure all this mixture is, see, this I'm going to put in it with some cheese. This is pork and longaniza. Longaniza is a Mexican sausage. My kids love longaniza. I used to make, well, they will still do. They will still make them. The longaniza in the morning, they'll fry it, and then they'll add their egg and scramble that all up, and then have it with tortillas. So that's a Mexican, breakfast. And this is what it is. It's a Mexican longaniza. It is a Mexican sausage. They used to come in natural casing. This is not a natural casing anymore, so they've changed that. And this is kind of spicy, so, but it's good. It's kind of like chorizo, if you've ever had chorizo, but chorizo will dissolve. The chorizo will kind of dissolve when you're cooking it, and this longaniza won't. It will stay more like a sausage, like if you're doing a ground sausage, it'll do that. It'll give you that kind of texture. Hi, Toro. I missed you. How was your trip to India? How was that? Was that amazing? Did you have fun? How's the family? Shivaria, are you drinking enough water? You're supposed to be drinking water and taking care of yourself, please. Even though you're working super hard and being super incredibly amazing, please take care of yourself. Don't do too much. Okay, so when you're going to use the masa, obviously the bag has directions. I don't do directions. I'm a just do it type of person. I don't usually measure stuff. So, yeah, I don't usually measure stuff, but you can definitely go with the directions on the package. I'm just a free spirit and don't use directions. Thank you, Chivaria. I was raised around Mexicans. My sister is 10 years older than me, and she got married to a Hispanic man, so I've been around them when I was 6. But I didn't actually start speaking it until I was about 13, 14. Started taking Spanish in school and learned a little bit there. I learned just enough to hold a small conversation. Like not much at all, like at all. But in that class, my ex-sister-in-law she came up from Mexico and we became best friends, and she introduced me to her brother, and he taught me more. And so I've been speaking Spanish since I was about 14, and I am 13, 14, and I'm 46 now. So I've been speaking for a little while. And I can't do it with every language, but with most languages, if I hear how you pronounce it and hear you say the words a couple of times, I can usually pick it up and say it pretty well like you can. I've even learned how to speak English like the Hispanics do, and sometimes I'll just get kind of confused and be like, what is that word in English? And if I say it the way a Hispanic person would say it, then I can remember what it was, which is weird. Okay, I'm using gloves just because, why not? I don't always like getting my hands in the masa. A little bit of salt. You don't even have to add salt because the food already has salt in it. I like to add just a little bit of salt to my masa. Again, I like flavor. I don't want to over salt things, so I've only added a little bit of salt to the meat and a little bit of pepper, because again, that longaniza has a lot of seasoning in it, so I won't do too much seasoning there. And then when I use the chicken bouillon, that has salt in it, and then I add a little bit of salt here. So there's really a lot of salt in the food, and it's not over salty, it's just enough. And then you got to remember your cheese is going to have some salt in it too, so you just have to really, I just don't use a lot of salt, just every once in a while. I'll add just a tiny bit of stuff. But add that, and then we're going to add more water. This is going to take quite a bit of water, but I'm going to add the water slowly because I'm going to mix it, and I want it. I don't want to add too much water, but because I've been doing it so long, I kind of know about the consistency I want and how it will look and feel once I get it all done. So what are you guys doing today? India was beautiful. Was Ling? Yeah. Oh, I love spicy food too. I can't eat spicy food that much anymore. It really sucks because I love spicy food. And my oldest daughter and I, Mireya, she and I would just go to hang out and try to find as many spicy foods as we could. And we would sit and eat spicy foods to see who could handle the spiciest food the longest. It was funny. But since my gastric bypass, I can't do spicy like I used to, which sucks because I love spicy food. Spicy Mexican food, spicy Korean food. Tteokbokki, I love tteokbokki. It's a Korean spicy rice cakes. Probably going to be too much masa, but that's okay. Like I said, it'll be meals for a few days until I get tired of it, I guess. Is it hot where you guys are? It's hot here. I don't know how hot it is and what the temperature is, but it is pretty warm here. My son was kind enough to bring back his air conditioner. When he moved out, he took everything with him except the microwave. He brought back the air conditioner. He's like, it's supposed to be really hot this weekend, Mom, so I thought I'd bring it back so he didn't die. Like, I really appreciate that. I do have to turn it off at night, though, because I get too cold. Making a huge mess. stop finish. Okay, it's done. Yay. Okay, we're going to turn the meat off, let it cool. We really want the ingredients we're going to put in the quesadillas. You want it to be cooled down, otherwise you're just going to be melting your tortilla or masa. So I'm going to let that cool a little bit. Maybe by the time I'm done with the masa, I'm ready to put it together. It'll be cool enough. Again, if you guys have not gotten Shabaria's book, get Shabaria's new book. It's phenomenal. Really hit home with me and opened my eyes to a bunch of things that people have been telling me for a while. And you know, you hear things, but it just doesn't register or it doesn't resonate until you're really ready for it. And then it's like, oh, that's what they meant. That's what they've been telling me all this time. Why did I not listen? So, hey Toro, I have a question for you. If you're still on here, I have a question for you. If not, I'll get you later. I want to see if I can get some of the people that are in FLC, not just the core family, but some of the other people to come on and on the live on Hangout on Sundays. Start having some different people in. Kind of, I think it's important to get everybody's perspective on things. And like I was just saying, sometimes you'll hear things from other people, you'll hear it all the time, and then somebody else will say the same thing or say it in a little bit different way, and that's when it resonates with you. Thank you, Jabaria. All I did was showered, put my PJs on, and brushed my hair. I haven't done anything else. Normally I would put a anti-aging cream on and do a bunch of other stuff. And I've been up since 2 a.m. Does that help? I've been up since 2 a.m. and I'm already washed my car, cleaned my garage, cleaned my yard out front, washing clothes, and now I'm doing this. So, besides what we were talking about and doing online. So, I'm going to add some more water to this. And I was telling you earlier about the how to cook these. I like the way the flavor and the way they turn out crispier when I cook them in oil, deep fry them. I just like it better. It turns out it's easier for me to digest. I know it's not exactly the healthiest, but I am using, well, I guess for that I'm not. I was going to say I'm using olive oil, but not to deep fry them. That'd be a lot of olive oil. But I do put them on paper towels and try to get rid of a lot of that oil before I serve them or eat them or whatever, but too much water. It's okay. It's okay, it's alright. You get too much, just put a pinch of the masa back in there, dry masa, and that'll help take care of that. But because it's not fully mixed in, it should be fine. Whew, I'm making a huge mess. I'm gonna have to clean my kitchen before I take a nap. Still got a bunch of stuff I want to do. I want to really, I gotta get on. I want to do 30 outreaches today and tomorrow. I want to keep up my momentum from this week. I don't want to slow down at all. I want to keep going. I'm excited. I'm happy. Cutting back on my hours at work this next month, so I need to make up for that, what I'll be losing there. But I'm just really excited because I want to be able to go. I would love to go to, excuse me, to the UK and hang out with Shabaria, Seb, meet everybody, and really, I just want to travel the world and do stuff and actually live my freedom lifestyle. So I don't want to lose this momentum. I want to keep it going. I have been kind of pulling back yesterday and today, because I was going so full bore at the beginning of the week. I was getting worn out. So I'm trying to just pull back a little bit. I'm not completely giving up or quitting. I'm not completely taking too much time off. Just enough to feel like I'm rested, and then we're gonna be back at it again. Bye. We can definitely chat later, Toro. I will text you, message you. Okay. So masa is done. Masa is done. It's almost like a cookie dough. It just doesn't taste like a cookie dough. Don't try eating this. You can taste it, but you're really not gonna enjoy it too much. You can taste it and make sure it doesn't have too much salt or, you know, too much water, but that's what it is. It tastes good. So if I was to move that anywhere closer, you're not going to be able to see anything. So I'm going to leave it there. So I'm going to be at a weird angle. Hopefully you can still see. For these, I'm going to turn my oil on. Get my oil heating up while I'm making the quesadilla, the tortilla part of it. I hope you guys can hear me okay, even though I'm moving around. So I think I am going to put this in it, the mozzarella cheese, because the mozzarella, like I said before, it's going to melt easier and nicer. I love the queso fresco because it has the moisture in it when you do it, but it doesn't always melt like a nice smooth melt. It's just a melt and like a little blob. So, and I want something a little more than that. If I can open the bag, we'll use it. I have to learn to be smarter than the bag, right? Smarter than the bag. That would be horrible to be defeated by a cheese bag. Can you imagine that? I had a wrestling match with the bag of cheese today, and the cheese won. That would be horrible. Can't do it. Okay. Oh, I did. I cut a part of my glove off. It is all right. So, a bit messier. Okay. As for the tortilla part of your quesadilla, or gordita, whatever you want to call it, just take a little ball. Some people use more than others. I usually start off with about this size for a regular tortilla, and then somehow I end up with like a great big bowl. I would end up like I'm almost double this size, almost double this. So I just kind of play with it and knead it in my hands a little bit first. Make a nice ball. Put it in there. And then we go swoosh. Do-do-do-do. And because that's extra thin on all sides, I really don't have to flip it and squish it again. And then just add your cheese. Add your meat mixture or veggies, whatever you're putting in it. See? Just add that in there, and then you just fold it. Make sure you can seal all sides. And try to, you're gonna have a bump here because that's where the filling's at. But if you can make it kind of as flat as you can, you're really gonna be able to get all that masa on the edges cooked the way they should be. But then it just should come right off your plastic. Just like that. And then you just slide it into your oil or into your hot pan and let it cook. I'm going to use a little bit more masa because, like I said, I always start out with that size and then I end up adding more because I either get it too thin and then it splits on one side, or I just get greedy and want more masa. Which could be the case, who knows? But yeah, just kind of knead masa, and other people they'll do kind of knead their masa first in a ball, and then they'll squish it. And some people will take, like if they're doing a tortilla, they will make the tortilla as flat as they want it, and then they take it out and put it onto their hand, and they will like fully off the plastic, and they kind of pat it with their hands around the tortilla to kind of spread it out and thin it out a little more. I'm not good at that. I do know how to do it. I'm just out of practice, pretty much. But and then once this other one is done, I will show you what they look like. And once you get these cooked, once you get these cooked and you're going to serve them, you can serve them with, like I said at the beginning, I don't have this stuff. You serve them with, what I used to do is have the condiments on the table, the lettuce, the queso fresco, either in just chunks or crumbled up. I'd have the queso fresco in a bowl, crumbled up. They can use a spoon and add it to their food. You can have salsa, already homemade salsa, or even store-bought salsa put on there. I did have salsa in the refrigerator I bought. Onions, radishes, lettuce, or cabbage. Some people use cabbage instead of lettuce, which is fine. And then once you're done with the gorditas and you're putting them over on the table to eat, you can open the gordita or the quesadilla, put your fresh stuff, cool stuff in there, and the salsa and the lettuce or whatever you're going to put in it, and close it and then eat it, almost like you're doing a taco. Or you can, some people just put the stuff on top and then use a fork, or even pick it up that way and eat it. It's up to you how you want to do it. Just getting a plate, a paper plate, so I can get it ready for when these ones are cooked. I can take them off and put them on the paper plate. Let me kind of show you what these look like. See? Once it's cooked enough on one side, then you'll flip it. You probably want to let it get golden brown before you flip it, but I get excited. I worry about the masa not cooking all the way and it getting too, like how it lifted up here. They get lifted up and then they don't cook all the way in those areas. So I just flip it and kind of make sure I can get it cooked everywhere, all over. So that's that. Chibaria, I don't know if you noticed, because I was talking about it in one of my books. I started a third book. I'm doing it in my spare time. So it's not like I'm sitting down and doing it all the time. It's only when I think of something that kind of resonates with me, I will go in and put it down. So basically right now what I'm doing is just getting ideas together and putting them down in the laptop, and then later I will go in and do my editing and make it look more like a book. But I started that, so I'm so excited. It'll actually be a sequel to my first book, Through My Eyes. So it kind of not necessarily picks up from there, but it will be kind of intertwined with that. So it's going to be amazing. I'm excited. I got to get on there and do my ClickFunnels. Figure out the ClickFunnels so I can get my ebook, my first one out there selling. Shouldn't take that long. I just got to focus. Let's do one thing at a time, because I did exactly what you told me not to do. I did exactly what you tell everybody not to do. Don't start a whole bunch of things all at once and then get scattered all over the place and nothing work. So I got to refocus. So we're going to start with FLC, get it going really well, and then I'm going to move on to fixing my store and getting it really well, and then everything else from there. So got a plan. We're working on it. Super excited. Oh. See, those are all my babies, Shibaria. Those are my 4 kids. That was taken in 2016 at my mother's funeral. I don't process things like other people do. I don't, I still haven't fully mourned. I have a little bit here and there, but I haven't like completely broken down and oh my gosh, my mom's gone. It's okay. I'll mourn in my own way. Because I've had people look at that like, why aren't you crying? My mom wouldn't have wanted me to cry. She was amazing. She lived an amazing life. More like she wanted us to enjoy our life and celebrate hers, and that's what I was doing. That's what I still do. But those are my babies, all 4 of my babies. Probably never get another picture of all 4 of them together again, so. Especially with me in it. 3 of them live like 3 hours away. 2 of them live 3 hours away. The other one lives about 4 hours away. And then my youngest lives about 40 minutes away. So they're all living their lives, and I don't get to see them much. But they're there. Oh my goodness. So I got this one side too thin, and now it doesn't want to seal or come off the plastic because it got the plastic wet. It's okay, we will fix it. We will stay solution focused and fix it. No problem. There are times when I'll have another plate here somewhere, and I'll just keep making them until the masa is used up, and I'll have them off the side, and I just keep cooking them as the ones that are in the foil are done. I want to make sure that these are the way they should. other one I made too fast, so it's not getting all of the masa cooked. I'm gonna move the oil around so it's all getting it cooked. Let's see. This is what they look like. It's super hot, but kind of, I can break it open and show you what it looks like. See? There's all that ooey gooeyness inside. You can always add more cheese. I love cheese, but cheese doesn't always love me, so I kind of do cheese in moderation. But there you go. Gorditas or quesadillas, however you want to call it. You can put pretty much anything you want in them. I've gotten to where I like doing, there's an herb called el pasote, and I like using that and onion and some kind of like chili manzano or jalapeno and chicken. I like chicken thighs, so I cut up the chicken thighs, or you don't even have to use chicken, you can use mushroom too. But you cut up either your chicken or your mushroom, cook that with your onion and your chili, and then just as that's almost done, then you add in, you chop up the el pasote, and you put that in there, let that cook a little bit more, and then you make like these with that filling. Oh my gosh, it's like heaven. It's so good. So good. Oh, I'll have to do those again one day when I can find the herb, because here the herb is a seasonal item, and although it's just about the season, it's not always easy to find at the store, and it's not always easy to grow either. Some places it's easier to just throw out the seed and it grow, and then next year it won't come back, or you might get lucky and it will, but not always. It's kind of a hit and miss. So, but I love that. Oh. Let's see. There's that. And I can add this one and add more. But I think I'm going to finish up this as much as I can, and then clean up and take a nap, because I've been up since 2 a.m. and I think it's time for a nap. I'm really getting tired, sleepy, and then I can get up and do more stuff later. I still have a ton of things I want to do today before tomorrow. So, thanks guys for watching. I'm gonna go. I hope you guys have an amazing day, evening, afternoon, whatever it is where you are. I love you all. I'm so happy you're here. To those of you who got in on the promo for the diamond, you guys rock. You guys are so amazing, such quick action takers. We're so proud of you and so glad you guys are in the family. And we can't wait to scale everything and really learn from you, have you learn from us, and just reach our dreams together. See you guys later. You rest too, please, Chibaria. Make sure you drink enough water. Love you guys. Bye.